Hiring a full-time bookkeeper can cost a small business tens of thousands of dollars a year, but picking the cheapest bookkeeping service you find online can create a very different problem. Incorrect books, unreconciled accounts, and a surprise cleanup bill at tax time. So what is the best low-cost bookkeeping option for a US small business? In the next few minutes, we'll compare the 4 main options, break down what actually drives the price, and show you exactly what to look for before you hire anyone. Before you compare price, compare scope. A real small business bookkeeping service is more than just posting transactions. At a minimum, it should include recording and categorizing every transaction, reconciling all bank and credit card accounts, and handling accounts payable and receivable. Then the details that keep books clean, recording loans and owner transactions correctly, reconciling payroll and merchant processors like Stripe, posting month-end adjustments, and flagging anything unusual instead of guessing. Finally, the outputs, a profit and loss, a balance sheet, and clean records your CPA can use at year-end. A $100 package and a $500 package can look identical on a website and completely different once you compare what's actually included. Option 1. Do it yourself with accounting software like QuickBooks Online, Xero, or Zoho Books. The FC is real. It's the lowest direct cost, you stay close to your numbers, and for a very simple business it can be enough. The catch is your time and the mistakes. Miscategorized transactions, duplicate entries, transfers booked as income, a loan recorded as revenue. The errors quietly build up and turn into an expensive cleanup later. And think about the real cost of your time. If the owner spends 5 hours a month on the books, and their time is worth $100 an hour, that free bookkeeping is really costing the business around $500 a month before a single mistake. Option 2. Hire a freelance bookkeeper. Freelancers are flexible, often affordable, and you get one person who knows your business. For simple books, that can work well. The thing to watch is what happens around that one person. Who reviews their work? What happens during tax season? Or when they take a vacation? Does their experience match your industry? Before you hire a freelancer, ask 5 quick questions. Who reviews the work? How often are the bank accounts reconciled? What happens if they are unavailable? Do they understand US accounting practices? And what exactly does month-end close include? Option 3. A traditional US accounting or bookkeeping firm. Here your buying structure, local availability, established processes, professional supervision, broader expertise, and easy coordination if you also need tax or advisory work. The trade-off is usually price, because that firm is carrying US salaries, office space, technology, and management overhead. But higher pricing doesn't automatically mean you're overpaying. Often you're simply paying for a different delivery model. The question is whether your business needs all of that, or just reliable monthly books. Option 4. Outsourced bookkeeping. In plain terms, it lets a US business use an external accounting team instead of employing a full-time internal bookkeeper. Done professionally, it can lower costs through lower overhead, shared specialist teams, standardized processes, automation, and built-in review. But here's the key. Outsourcing should never be chosen on hourly rate alone. The cheapest hourly rate with no review process is not a deal. When you evaluate a provider, look at 10 things. Accounting experience, US bookkeeping knowledge, software expertise, reconciliation procedures, the review process, data security, communication, turnaround time, documentation, and whether they can work directly with your CPA. So how much should small business bookkeeping actually cost? The honest answer: it depends on scope and complexity, not on a single sticker price. The real drivers are things like your monthly transaction volume, how many bank accounts and credit cards you have, your payables and receivables, payroll, sales channels and merchant processors, inventory, the number of entities, whether you need catch-up work, and how much review you want. A simple one-account business is not the same job as a multi-entity company with payroll and Stripe. So instead of asking who has the lowest monthly price, ask the better question: what does it cost to keep accurate, tax-ready books every single month? Whatever option you choose, ask these 7 questions before you sign. What? Who will actually do my bookkeeping? Who reviews that person's work? You want a preparer and a separate reviewer, not one person checking themselves. 3. Will every bank and credit card account be reconciled every month? 4. How do you handle unusual transactions? The right answer is we ask, not we guess. 5. Which accounting systems do you support? 6. What reports will I get each month? At minimum, a profit and loss, a balance sheet, reconciliation status, and any open questions. And 7. How do you protect my financial information? Now, the red flags, the signs that cheap bookkeeping is costing you more than you think. What? Bank accounts that aren't reconciled. 2. Big balances sitting in uncategorized expense. 3. Transactions categorized differently every month with no explanation. 4. Loans, transfers, and owner distributions treated like normal income or expenses. 5. No one reviewing the work. 6. Financial statements handed over without anyone checking the balance sheet. And 7. This one surprises people. A provider who never asks you any questions. A good bookkeeper should ask questions. Silence can be a warning sign. This is where a structured outsourced bookkeeping model becomes worth a look, and it's where OBG outsourcing fits. OBG provides accounting and bookkeeping outsourcing to businesses and to accounting firms. That covers the core monthly work, transaction categorization, bank and credit card reconciliation, payables and receivables, payroll reconciliation, month-end accounting, cleanup and catch-up, financial reporting, accounting review, and multi-entity support. With books kept CPA ready, and it works inside the systems you already use, like QuickBooks Online, Xero, and Zoho Books. Here's the important part. The goal isn't to be cheap by cutting corners. It's to be affordable through process, outsourcing, and technology without removing the controls that keep books accurate. In practice, that means a clear workflow. Documents and bank feeds come in, transactions are processed, accounts are reconciled, exceptions are identified, a separate reviewer checks the work, open questions go back to you, and then you get your final monthly reports. Automation and AI tools can speed the repetitive work and surface exceptions, but professional review stays in the process wherever accounting judgment is required. Let's make it concrete. Imagine a US consulting company with 2 bank accounts, 3 credit cards, around 300 transactions a month, plus payroll and Stripe deposits. Without structured bookkeeping, transactions pile up, Stripe deposits don't cleanly match revenue, payroll entries get incomplete, and the credit cards go unreconciled. So the accountant burns extra hours at year-end. With monthly bookkeeping, the accounts are reconciled, payroll is recorded, merchant deposits are reviewed, questions get resolved every month, and current profit and loss and balance sheet are always available, which makes year-end far easier for the tax preparer. So who is outsourced bookkeeping actually right for? It tends to fit businesses that don't need a full-time bookkeeper. Growing companies, multi-entity businesses, professional service firms, real estate, e-commerce, and property management. Really, any business with repetitive monthly accounting or whose CPA is spending too much time cleaning up bookkeeping. But it's not for everyone. If your business needs daily hands-on handling of checks, cash, or inventory, you may still need internal staff for part of the accounting function. Match the model to the business. Before you decide, run any provider through a simple 5-point test. 1. Accuracy. Are the accounts properly reconciled? 2. What tasks are actually included? 3. Review. Who checks the work? 4. Communication. How fast do questions get resolved? 5. Total cost. What do you really pay to get complete, reliable books every month? Because the cheapest provider isn't always the lowest cost provider. A bookkeeping error that takes months to clean up can easily erase whatever you saved up front. If you're a US business evaluating small business bookkeeping services and you want to know whether outsourcing could reduce your accounting workload and cost, talk to the OBG outsourcing team. Share your current accounting software, roughly how many transactions you have each month, how many bank and credit card accounts, and which functions you need. We'll review the scope and help you find an appropriate bookkeeping model for your business. No pressure. If this helped you understand how to choose an affordable bookkeeping service, subscribe to the OBG Outsourcing channel. We regularly cover bookkeeping, accounting, payroll, tax support, and practical ways to improve your finance process. Thanks for watching.